In this week's Health Smart Wrap, the FDA has approved a second Omicron booster for those 65 and older. A recent poll found 1 in 8 Americans over 50 have a food addiction, and a study says 100,000 nurses quitting nursing during the pandemic. Here's Fox 43's Amy Lutz to break it down.
The FDA has approved a second Omicron booster shot for high-risk adults. The agency said anyone who is 65 and older can get a second bivalent booster if it's been at least 4 months since their first. Immunocompromised people can get their second booster a little earlier if it's been at least 2 months since their first. The FDA also determined the original versions of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are out of date and will no longer be used, so everyone else going for a booster will now receive the newer Omicron-targeted one. If you're a younger, healthier person who already has one bivalent booster, there's no word yet if you'll be eligible for a second one. A study from the National Council of State Boards of Nursing says 100,000 nurses found new careers during the pandemic, and that another 610,000 may leave the profession by the year 2027. Those considering leaving total about a fifth of all nurses in the United States. 45% of the nurses surveyed say they were burned out. The effects were most notable among nurses with less than 10 years of service. And if you crave sweet and salty foods, you're not alone. A recent poll found that 1 in 8 Americans over the age of 50 have a food addiction, and that number's on the rise. The national poll on healthy aging found these Americans tend to be addicted to junk foods, highly processed foods, and sugary drinks. Studies show that these foods are hyperpalatable, meaning they make you feel good and make you want more. Signs of a food addiction can include intense cravings, having trouble cutting down on how much you're eating, and even experiencing withdrawal. Researchers say any addiction can be triggered by an event or emotional issues. And that's a look at this week's top health stories with your Health Smart Wrap. Amy Lutz, Fox 43 News.